We went to the same ward, and she played the organ, and that's where I first saw her. But she probably didn't see me until our friends, we had mutual friends, some of the rugby boys would hang out with her, and some of her friends, and so we just kind of would hang out every so often. But it was just a platonic, friendship. Honestly, it was her natural beauty. Like, I'd never seen Kina wear makeup, and I was like, wow, she's a very beautiful girl. But what I think really solidified it for me was how sweet of a person she is. She's just a sweetheart. The first date we went on was just at my basement apartment, and I think she worked the night before, and I had just gotten out of early morning rugby practice, and I was really hungry, and I was like, let's go get something to eat. And she's like, oh, I just ate. And I was like, oh, are you going to be one of these? Or we can't figure anything out to do. And so I was, oh, okay. And she was like, do you mind if we just watch a movie? I was like, no, let's go get a movie. So we went and got a movie, and then I just made some food, and then we just watched the movie. And then she actually, I didn't say this, but she planned to get out of the date. She picked up an extra shift at like 5 o'clock in the afternoon because we did a day date. She picked it up on purpose so she could get out of it. We just really like to watch movies together, kind of relax and unwind. And like a lot of times we don't really watch the movie, we'll talk. And I mean, Kina really likes to tell me about her day and how it went at work. And she always has some pretty good stories, being a nurse. The other thing that we really like to do together is hang out with family. Like, we both enjoy each other's family a lot. And I really felt at home with her family, and I know she's felt at home with my family. I proposed to Kina at the Samoan Flag Day, and I wasn't going to propose to her there. I was actually going to propose to her on, what is that, Zion's Peak, and I was going to have my cousin go up there and put an ukulele there, and I had made up a song, and I was going to play a song, and then we were going to go out to eat after. And but we went to Samoan Flag Day, and Big Buddha was the guy that I emceed it with. I made the mistake of letting him know I was engaged, and he was like, oh, have you proposed yet? And I was, no. He said, do you have the ring? And yeah. And he's like, go get it. And I was like, oh, what? He's like, let's do it right here. I was like, and I thought about it, and I thought, that's a good idea. That would really be memorable. And plus, everybody would get to see it. And her sisters were there, and I thought, oh, this will be awesome. Her sisters will get to see this. Well, they left like 10 minutes before I proposed to her, and they were mad at me. But I thought, they were like, why didn't you tell us? Why didn't you tell us? And I was like, if I would have told you, it could have ruined the surprise, 6 or 7. Hopefully we have some kids, start a family. And I know Kina and I have talked about going back to the islands, not like on a permanent situation, but maybe someday retire. I'd be perfectly fine living here and raising my children here in Utah Valley and having a 9-to-5 job, and as long as I can provide for a family and have as many kids as we want and just grow old together. Oh, she hates it when people tell her to relax, and I'll tell her to relax all the time. Like, Kina, calm down, or Kina, it's okay, Or if you tell her to put her seatbelt on, she hates that. Her favorite place to eat is Gloria's Little Italy. But she's always craving Wendy's French fries and sushi. So heaven forbid when she gets pregnant. Saline solution from the hospital. She always has those. She never uses them. But Kina always has gum too. She always has a certain type of gum she likes. It's like a 5 gum or something, and spearmint, so, and chapstick. My favorite sports team is Manu Samoa. Music I really like is reggae music. Almost any kind of reggae music, I enjoy it, especially Samoan reggae music. My most annoying habit, sometimes I'll leave clothes on the floor. And she has this blue dress that has a great big bleach spot right here and all around the collar. And I was like, Kina, you need to throw that away. And she's like, no, it's my favorite dress. And I was like, we're throwing his dress away. And she was like, no. And finally I went to D and I said, D, doesn't she need to throw this dress away? Look at this spot. And he said, yeah, she's done. I said, see, Kina, we're throwing it away. So I'm sure she still has it and she'll never throw it away. But oh, I have a hula shirt that she told me, I hope you never wear that again, when I wore it one time. So I was like, hey, I got this from Samoa. One of our investigators gave it to me. Like, that's me. She said, I hope you never wear it again. I know this is cliche, especially because we're in a couple, but like, I just adore her. Like, everything she does, I can't get enough of it. Like, the things she does with her nose, and like, with her lips, she'll always do this thing where she goes, and like, I just love it. And I mean, everything she does, you know, she always got the sniffles, and I'm just like, man. And I really just want to take care of her, because seems like she's always sick, because she's always working crazy hours, and she's never eating good food, and she's, always off a schedule. So that's just, I wish that I could take care of her, but my big muscles. I'm just kidding. I don't know, that I think I'm hardworking. Well, she came and saw me in Denver, and like that really meant a lot to me. Like she actually tricked me all the time. I'd be like, how come you're not gonna come see me when I go home to Denver? And she was like, because like it's really a big deal. And she was planning it the whole time with my mom behind me. One of the things that I did for her that she really liked is I came and surprised her one day over the summer. It was 4th of July weekend, I think, and I tricked her that my brothers and I were going camping, and she was working at night, and actually she was working the whole night, and I got off of work, and I drove after work and got here like 3 in the morning, and just showed up at her work. And Melba called her and was like, hey, come outside. I have food for you. And she was like, you do? Okay. So she hurried outside. And I was just sitting there in my car, and she looked at me and then looked for Melba and then looked back and was like, oh my gosh. And she just kept holding my ears and looking at me like, I can't believe you're here. I can't believe you're here. Be nice to Kina. Because I love her. And she is my everything. She means a lot to me, and I'm really grateful I have you, Kina, and that our families can kind of come together at this time. I think it's a wonderful thing that my family gets to meet your family, and your family gets to meet mine. And I'm grateful for all those people who are willing to make sacrifices and just be there for Kina and I. It really means a lot. It goes a lot for my mom and dad, for my mom to come out from Denver, and everybody else who's traveled to come. Just really grateful for you. Thanks for all you do and showing your love for Kina and I. And I love all of you, and I especially love you, Kina. So that's all.